Hello, welcome back to Did She Just Say That? I'm Chesson,
And I'm Ashley.
and we're on episode 24.
Holy
We
moly.
never really talk about that.
I know.
I don't know. Feels
24.
crazy. I know.
It's crazy. I feel like we started this yesterday.
It was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
It definitely feels like it. But we're still going, and we love it. Um, if you do not follow us, we would love for you to jump in. You can obviously listen on all the streaming platforms. And if you want to watch, catch us on YouTube and join our little community on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. If you haven't left us a review, we would love that. It does help us. So we would love for you to do that. Please and thank you. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Um, this week, we're talking about being in a rut. Someone hit that refresh
Shoot.
button.
I feel like there's mini ruts and there's ruts.
Ones you got to
Like,
get pulled out of.
yeah.
A
Yeah.
little tow truck or a big
Beep,
tow
beep,
truck.
beep.
Yeah.
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 Need those sometimes.
Of course. Yeah. There's different kinds.
Yeah. I mean, ruts, patterns, like all the things, right? Just something that's on repeat. It reminds me of what's the movie Groundhog Day?
Oh,
When you wake up and the
yes.
same day repeats over and over and over, and you're like watching the movie and you're like, come on, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Pull that up a little bit too.
Yeah.
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 Working on that sound a little bit. Trying to.
Maybe that's what it is.
Get just here, babe. See if that will help. Technical difficulties. Sorry. You
Oh,
shouldn't have
yeah,
to.
yeah. Right here. Yeah. It's higher. Hi. I should have done this before we started.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
I could also slouch down a little bit. So yeah, being in a rut, there are, think about that. There are multiple ways that you can be in a rut.
For sure.
Let's name a couple.
Okay.
And if you think of some too,
Okay.
pinch in. So, uninspired about things that used to bring you life. Like, remember the things like the hobbies and all the things, but you no longer get excited about it. Saying nothing's wrong, but in fact, you feel something's off. Like, even walking away from the conversation going, something is off, something's wrong.
Yep.
Yeah. Waiting on motivation.
Oh.
To feel inspired, right?
Yeah.
Waiting for that moment.
I feel like with that, and I'm not saying I do this right all the time, but you have to just do it. You can't wait for that motivation. And sometimes it's somebody coming along saying, "Hey, how can I jump in here with you?" But motivation isn't just going to show up one day. Like you have to be self motivated.
Yeah, discipline.
And discipline comes into that. Not that I mean, we all have those times where it's just you don't have it in you. That's when you have to like fight.
Dig deep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Existing versus actually living.
Oh.
I made a comment the other day, and I said, I don't know why. I said, I'm ready to live my life.
Yeah.
Like, I'm living my life, but also I feel like there's this, for some reason, I feel this want and need to, like, maybe it's because, like, when you hear so many people are passing or things are happening, and I just want to grab life by the horns and, like, shake it up and be like,
yeah,
what am I missing? Or, I don't know.
Real honest, I'm probably in a season right now where I feel like I'm existing. And it's like, what, how did I get here?
Right.
How long have I been here? How do I get out of here? And happen to that, I was just telling you the other night that workbook, and I think we talked about it in a few episodes back, but digging into that where I'm like, oh my gosh, it's revealing things, but it's also giving me a clearer little like, hold on, girl, what are you doing right now? And probably fighting to get out of that rut.
Yeah. And the other day, I almost suggest this to you, like, sis, let's just get in the car and just like drive. Yeah. to the extent of I think I'm ready for a little getaway, like just for my mind, my body, my soul, just to, like disconnect
Yep.
and refresh and refuel.
And I used to do that.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah.
yeah.
But also seasons change.
hmm Same unhealthy habits. That can be many things.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, like constantly, just trying to get out of that. You're like, I know it's unhealthy, but it's
Mm.
a crutch or it's something that you just hold on to for the moment. Speaks very true and loud for me for sure. And then there's the Sunday scaries. Like for if you're in a job that you don't love and you're like that Sunday pit in your stomach, you're like, oh, gotta go to work tomorrow. You don't feel challenged. You're just going through motions. You want something different, but you're not sure what it is.
Mm.
There's transitional versus relational relationships.
Yeah, okay.
Like it's more of a, you know, transactional.
Yeah.
It's not intentional at all. You're just going through the motions
No
every day.
depth.
No depth. Disconnected with people and taking people for granted. Just some examples. Some of those speak
Mm-hmm.
like real loud and true for me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Feelings of constant exhaustion. Maybe that exhaustion isn't a lack of sleep but maybe it's your body telling you, like, we got to do something different,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
The lack of motivation, we talked about that. Lack of motivation. Motivation often follows action,
Yeah.
not the other way around.
Absolutely.
So you spoke to that earlier. Like,
Yeah.
that speaks very loud. Sometimes it's like you got to take a foot. Don't know what direction to make a step, but
Right.
taking that step. What once felt safe eventually becomes limiting.
Mm.
So just thinking about that goes back to some of our earlier episodes about growth
Yeah.
and transition.
Yeah.
And so, in all that being said, sometimes it's like, where do I start? Like,
Mm-hmm.
something's off, but you're also like, where do I start? And you and I are, speak to me, if I'm wrong, let me know.
Yeah.
We're journalers, like,
Oh
put
yeah.
stuff on paper and write things out. And so, that could, to me, is a great first place to start.
Mm-hmm.
It can be words, phrases, anything that just put it on paper and some of the things to start thinking about while you're journaling. And this is just like some action items
Yeah.
because sometimes we look at this and it's so big and you look at it so big and it's like it's hard to chomp off
It's
bits.
overwhelming.
It's overwhelming.
You don't.
So, yeah. So thinking about journaling, some of the some questions to ask yourself, and if you have some to share.
Yeah.
What gives you life? What are those things that when you think of it, you feel that like sunshine on you, or
Mm-hmm.
you feel it just gives you like something. You don't have to be actually doing it, but thinking of it. Like if you were doing it, it would be motivating for you.
Yeah.
What's draining you? What are the
Mm-hmm.
things that you feel that are life sucking? It can be things, it can be people.
Yeah.
But looking at your surroundings today, what are some things that are just pulling you back or sucking things,
Yeah.
sucking life out of you?
When if you have people in your life or someone in your life that is very goal oriented, very type A, very
Mm-hmm.
structured, like go to them, use them as a resource.
Yeah.
Hey, here's where I'm at. I don't even know the first step to take, or these are what I think I should do. Would you care to just throw some ideas at my way? Because, and they may not stick at all, but what they say may give you, like, oh, okay,
Absolutely.
well, I can do this. But, and especially if it's something that you know of someone that's doing what it is you're looking at doing, whether it be
Mm-hmm.
career or personal goals or life, their relationship with Jesus, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
ask them because most people that have success are happy to share.
Mm-hmm.
They want you, like, yeah, come alongside me. I may have a resource. Hold on. I feel like I need to say this. I just spent a weekend on a boat and I am still very motion sickness. So if I seem really off and I'm like doing this, I feel like I'm doing this. So I'm like taking extra breaths and like swallowing
Yes.
really hard. Sorry about it.
You
But
give me a signal.
I have taken more Dramamine, or less drowsy today than I should, and we're just a little on the struggle bus.
Yeah.
So if it seems like it, just work with me, not against me, okay? I feel
Just
like this
sway
chair.
back and forth with her, and then she's not moving. It's supposed to be
Exactly.
moving. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like I am like the whole chair is just doo doo
Oh.
doo doo. I couldn't go any further without saying anything. I'm like, the mic's
We
moving,
gotta talk
my
about
head's
this.
moving.
I assure you it's not,
Okay, good,
but yeah. No, you're good. Yeah,
good.
yeah.
But yeah, I feel like anyone that has success in something that you are wanting to go into, they're gonna, even if it's just a quick email, like, hey, here are 5 things to do, or here's a website to go to that can walk you along. Here's
Hmm.
a podcast that just talks about this particular topic all the time. Go listen to their episodes.
Yeah.
But yeah, and if they don't respond, I mean, okay, they didn't respond. It didn't set you back. It
Yeah.
just didn't help you move forward.
It's a shot. Shot in the
So,
dark.
yeah.
Yeah. I love that. That's a really good advice.
Oh,
I feel
thanks.
like this is all up in my face now.
That's good.
Is it
Hopefully they'll
good?
hear you better. Yeah.
Can you hear me better? You'll have to let me know later when you hear this. But okay. So, questions to ask. Those are fantastic. What do you fear or what scares you?
Yeah.
That is a powerful question because when you ask yourself that question, sometimes it's failure. Sometimes it's I don't know if I can handle the outcome or I don't know what it is,
Hmm.
which puts you in that place a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And so, have you ever found yourself sitting in something longer than you should? Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so, but I think like I'm hoping that someone hears this message and is like feeling like this is vibing with you and it's
Yeah.
kind of like a you don't have to have it all figured out today.
Right.
But make that step.
And social media makes it look
Oh yeah.
like, I mean, we're having a different kind of conversation, but it can just be draining.
Mhm.
And don't allow yourself to get in that place and compare. Well, they figured it out, or whatever it
Mhm.
may be that looks so perfect. Like, just worry about worry about you and taking those steps. Let them, and who knows what they have going on.
Right. Who knows what it took for them to get where they are.
Exactly.
So,
Just stay focused on you.
yeah. And a lot of times too, I feel like journaling is a place to let emotion because I feel like I'm always preaching like remove emotion from it before you make a decision. Feel like
Mm,
journaling is a place for that emotion to
absolutely.
lay that out there. But I still firmly believe in not making decisions when you're emotional.
Yeah.
Like sit on it if you're in it, sit on it for a little bit so that when you're making a more of a logical decision versus
Yes.
an
And
emotional one.
go to your safe place, whether it be a
Mhm.
person or journaling, praying, whatever it may. Go to your safe place and
Mhm.
be able to get your nervous system regulated, and you always want to think about it like, yeah, sometimes you just have to go and you just have to do things, but you still need to process it to
Yeah.
make a wise decision.
Mhm.
um Sometimes you make the wrong decision that helps you make the right decision.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
Your path and may not always be this. It might be this and this and this and this, but
yeah.
just trust the process. And maybe even that safe place thing could be one of the first couple questions you ask. Who, what, and where are my safe places?
Yeah.
So that when you get to that point, you're able to share if you
Yep.
want to share these things with them. So start small, putting action with those thoughts and journaling. If you find something within your journaling that stands out to you, I feel, when I wake up in the mornings, I feel rushed. Maybe
Mm,
your first step is set your alarm for an hour earlier and give that cup of coffee on your front porch and breathe
yeah.
in the morning.
Touch
You
grass.
know, gosh, I feel like I'm talking to myself right now. Um, because I always feel that way.
Yeah.
And I snooze and I'm like, gotta stop snoozing. But maybe I set my alarm an extra 30 minutes earlier. Who knows? But Taking one small step, it's almost like when you do that, and or like maybe it's you make your bed in the morning. That sense of accomplishment can encourage the process.
Yeah.
Can encourage you for that next step or whatever it looks like. So start small. It doesn't have to be a life-changing, dramatic thing. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So if you're feeling sluggish, you don't have energy, think of some things. Maybe you take a 30-minute break every day and go for a walk, or find something. Again, if let listen to your body once you do it, and maybe record after you do the action. Record how you feel after that.
Hmm.
That way, you remind yourself later, like, oh, that actually felt really good after that.
And sometimes we were had a friend. She was like, I keep feeling this certain feeling. I was like, well, are you on any medications? And she was like, oh, I am having to take this right now. And I was like, well, are you on other medications? She was like, yeah. I'm like, could be affecting it. But
Yeah,
and she was like, I never even thought about that.
yeah,
And I know it sounds crazy, but maybe it's a vitamin that you need to introduce
yeah,
or a new, so it can
yes.
be the smallest things and you just
Mm-hmm.
don't think about it because you're just going through life.
Yeah.
Busy, busy, busy. Everybody's busy, busy, busy.
Little bit busy, little bee.
Little bees.
That reminds me, and I kind of want we. I think we've talked about this before. I feel like it's like deja vu. I think I've had that a couple times now, but probably because we talked about it.
Yeah.
The stigma around like medication to help
Oh,
your mind and your system.
we didn't really go deep in it, but we
Yeah.
did discuss a little
Mhm.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, growing up, I was very anti because I saw it used so much, and I was like, "Ah, that's not going to be my crutch." And then life happened a lot later in life for me,
Yeah.
and my doctor suggested it to me and said we can do something very, very, very small. And I was hesitant, and I told her, like, this is how I feel about that. And she's like, I understand, but what you're going through right now, you need you need something to help.
Yeah.
And for me, it was like, oh, I can just drink, or I can just, that wasn't healthy. And not saying that they are not healthy, but there comes a point in your life sometimes where you just need to do something that's, you know, and I did that when my dad passed.
Yeah. And medicine isn't for everyone, and that's
Right.
okay.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's a season that you need it.
Yep.
Sometimes you're like, I know that I can't handle that. Try a holistic way. My goodness, there's so
Mhm.
many
Oh my
things
gosh,
out there.
ashwagandha is great for
Yeah.
your nervous system,
Yep.
like for stress. And so yeah, you've
I
mentioned
take
it.
ashwagandha every
Yeah,
day. Yeah.
supplements.
Yep.
Yeah, vitamins. You
But
said that?
we grew, I mean, and I know even more of our parents grew up that like medicine was just so bad for
Mhm.
you. And I feel like that's back again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I don't know. You have to do what's right for you.
Mhm. Side effects. All those
And
things can be.
everything has a side effect.
Well,
I have a
yeah.
side effect,
Well,
probably.
well, they say, one thing can cause another thing, and then,
Right.
you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
we laughed because
Wee
dad,
wee.
dad,
Sorry.
dad had, we literally had dad had a medicine cabinet,
Yeah.
like just for himself, and it was literally all of his medicines, and he would be like, well, now I'm on this because this affects this, and this, and so we're like, it was just a never ending. You're taking a pill because of the other pill is causing it,
Right.
and so that can be, but yeah, supplements, do your research. There are lots of nutritionists out
Yeah.
there, and
And it's fun to do that research because you do
yeah,
learn a lot. And I was like,
hmm
wow, there's so
our
many.
bodies are so unique
Hmm.
and amazing.
And some things that will work for Ashley are not going to work for me, and vice
Right,
versa. Like,
absolutely.
and we know that.
Mm-hmm. I got
But
on a
yeah,
tangent,
you can.
so there's
It's
that.
okay.
But let's see. Yeah, so record how you feel after you do the action, and if it's positive, embed it, incorporate it. Like
Yeah.
let that be your start. Listen to your body. We've said that many times.
Yeah.
Intention, being intentional. And I know, you moms out there, Chess, your mom, you get it. Life gets busy and your world revolves around your children and revolves around your life. And so we always, just and I'm saying this, but not that I know this life at all, but also making sure that you stop and pause and take care of yourself because
Mhm.
you're the engine
Yeah.
behind that. And if your engine, if your tank's getting low, you got to figure a way to pour back into that and refuel.
Yeah, and it's not easy. I don't know that we've talked about this in detail, but we have obviously talked about that. But for me, you know, it's just me. So I was not. I was completely drained. So I get up an hour early.
Hmm.
That gives me enough time to have my coffee, watch a sermon, and do a quick workout.
I love that.
And because I want to go to bed when they go to bed,
Hmm.
I'm tired.
Hmm.
And I would always say, oh, well, I will have that hour once they go to bed. Well, that wasn't happening
Right.
because I was exhausted.
Excuse me.
And for me to be better for them, I had to be better for me.
Mm.
And so it took time. It didn't happen every day. Then it became a routine and I didn't need to set an alarm anymore.
Yep.
And even I mean, I think Ashley and I talked about this not on here, but I had my brother was here for a little bit and I was so off. And I was off my schedule, like,
Hmm.
and I told her, I was like, at first it was like, Chesson, what are you doing? And there comes that self doubt and beat yourself up. And I was like,
Hmm.
why am I speaking so bad to myself? All you got to do is get back on track, you
Right.
know? And, but it took time to get back on track again. Um, and then I had my mom out for a week
Hmm.
and they didn't do anything wrong. It messed my schedule up. Like I allowed it to mess my schedule up and I had to get back on track again. And it's okay. I'm good.
Hmm.
No one was harmed. No one lost anything. Like nothing went horribly wrong. Was I a little more exhausted? Maybe a little more irritable with the
Hmm.
kids? Probably.
Sure.
Um, but we survived
Yeah.
and it's okay. But especially for moms, we're always like, well, we'll take care of our stuff last. Like when I'm cleaning
Hmm.
and doing, my room is always the last one that I take care of.
Yep.
But that should be my first place
Hmm.
because that is for me to go. And when I go to bed, it should be clean. So I'm not going to bed with all of the worry right in my space.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But it is always the last thing that I do. I want to
Hmm.
make sure that the kids' stuff is done and that the bathrooms are cleaned and the kitchen's been taken
For
care
them.
of for
Yeah,
everyone
for everyone.
else.
Yeah.
Um, and so my room normally is the last one to be taken care of. And it's like, oh my gosh, there's a pile of clothes. There's this that was left
Hmm.
out. And you have kids, they want to come in your room and use all of your things. And so there's that part of it. But that should be the first because everything else is going to get clean too. I'm not going to let it go,
Right.
but I'm not willing to change my pattern to make sure that I'm taken care
Hmm.
of first.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was just, as you were talking, I literally got to thinking, I'm like, I'm knocking on an older age because I now can almost like can't get into my bed now until it's made and I have the fresh pullback of
Yeah.
like I love that now and to
Mhm.
where it like gets in my way of my routine.
Yeah.
So I really do like I make my bed in the mornings now because I'm like I look at it I'm like oh, it's sloppy if I don't do it and I beat myself up over it.
Well, and when you come in, it's
Yeah,
like, oh, I already like I
yeah,
did this. You're coming into a not chaos.
right.
And if there are other things that are going on in your life, you want to be able to keep as much on
Mhm.
track so it doesn't get into that rut that you're trying to fight in another area.
Yeah.
So if it is seeing a clean bedroom,
Mhm.
fresh sheets with your bed pulled down, like where do I need to prioritize to where this is done?
Yeah.
Maybe it's I can't stand to have dishes in the sink. So
Mhm.
your 30 minutes in the morning where mine is going to be my routine, yours is I'm going to do those dishes
Mhm.
before anything else, but it's just figuring out what it is that helps you keep everything else on track while you are dealing with a rut.
Absolutely.
So everything doesn't get into that rut.
Mhm.
And then you're like, whoa, hold on, my whole life blew up. Like
Yep.
that's your smaller ruts, your bigger ruts, like, and it can still be a decent size
Mhm.
problem that you're here, but try to keep that balance with everything else. And maybe it's every single night before you go to bed, you make a list. These are the things that I will get done tomorrow.
Mhm.
Now, if it makes you upset if you don't accomplish every single thing and it sets you back, that's probably not what you need to do. Don't make a list of 15 things knowing that you
Right.
only have an hour.
Right.
Like, make a list of 4 things or even 2 things. Start your list with 1 thing. But so then you can check it off, you got it done, and when you go to bed, it is not eating at you because I don't know if you do this, but as soon as I lay down, I remember all of the things that I forgot to do for the day. Or
Yes.
sometimes I'll even wake up in the middle of the night in a full-blown panic.
Panic.
Oh my gosh, I didn't get this done. I didn't get that done. And then I can't get back to sleep. Mm, if you look, there's a little drawer right beside my bed, and there's pen and paper in there. Because when that happens, this came from my therapist, but
I love
when
it.
that happens,
Yeah.
I just write it down, put it back in there, and so it's down on paper. I won't forget it because you know you're gonna forget if you
Yeah.
were
A
waking up
hundred
in the middle
percent.
of the night. But it's on paper. You can go back and look at it, and you can get back to sleep.
Absolutely. And it's not your phone lighting up and flashing in your face,
Right.
and
Oh yeah,
'cause I know
no.
some of y'all thought about that. You thought about, I'll just do it on my cell phone,
Yep.
and
I'll just put it in my notes app, and
that,
then you
yep.
have a notification on something. So then you check your notification, and then you're
Uh-huh.
doom scrolling and 3 o'clock in the
And
morning.
that light keeps you awake because it's
Yep.
a light keeper upper.
A light keeper
Keeper upper.
upper.
Yeah.
That's what it is. We're not
That's
going to
what
say
it
anything
is.
else about it. That's so funny.
The future version is built by what you do today. Don't wait for the motivation. Same actions equal same results. If you want something different, do something different.
Yeah.
And if the only thing that you hear in this whole thing is that you're a mom or you're a dad and you're running 1,000 miles a minute, it's to slow down and fill your cup back up so
Mm-hmm.
that you can be the best version of yourself, whatever that looks like. So, this is just like that little pause that you might need. I love that little necklace, by the way. It says pause, like a little pause thing. It just reminds you to
Mm-hmm.
like stop just for
Yeah.
a moment. All right, we're gonna do a little like rehash of examples maybe that we went through
Okay.
previous ruts or just small examples.
Okay.
So whatever comes to mind.
Okay.
Is there a rut that you want to share or you felt like you were in that kind of sticks out for you?
Do I need to go first?
I can go. Well, I've had time to think
I
about
know.
this.
I think what the first one that comes to mind, because we did not talk about this. Probably completely starting over after my divorce.
Mm.
Um, I mean, it was find a house, find a job, find your people, furnish your house. I mean, you need a can opener,
Mhm. Yeah.
just everything. And I was blind. I mean, every single thing.
Mhm.
And I remember,
Overwhelmed.
yeah, I remember my first night staying in this house. It was me by myself. And I looked around, and at first I was like so overwhelmed. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? I don't even know where to start. And I didn't even have a sofa, I don't think, that first night because I laid in the floor on a yoga mat. I was like, but it's mine. I
Mm.
can make it what it needs to be for me and my
Mhm.
kids, and it is mine, and God will provide.
Mhm.
I danced. I sat outside in like a folding chair from the kids' sports that I had, and I just took it in. I paused.
Mhm.
Instead of we had been cleaning and moving and all of this stuff, and I sat and thought. I went to every single bedroom, and I was like, I may not have it all. My kids have a bed,
Mhm.
they have their TVs, everything that they need, the
Mhm.
essentials they have, and I have the same.
Mhm.
We gonna be just fine. And that huge rut, just by going and looking around, was still a rut. I still didn't have it all
Mhm.
together. I still didn't know how life was gonna happen, but it got smaller. And then I made a list of These are the things that I can do without leaving the house that are going to make me feel better about it. And these are the things that a little at a time I'm going to chip off.
Mhm.
Um, and just a few weeks ago, we were sitting upstairs, the kids and I don't even remember the conversation. But one of my boys, which is so weird because, boys don't really pay attention to
Mhm.
things. One of my boys looked at me and said, Mom, I would have never imagined that our house would look like this.
Tell me.
And I said, Well, what do you mean? And he said, When we moved in,
Mhm.
I was scared. And I said, Scared? And he was like, I shouldn't say scared. He was like, It just wasn't what we were used to. And I said, I
Mhm.
told you it just needed love. And there have been projects that has made me cry, that has made me feel like, how am I ever going to finish this? Because I don't know what I'm
Mhm.
doing. I'm doing things that I have no clue how to do, but I did them.
Mhm.
Some of them I had to ask for help. But we as a family made this house a home. And every single project, the rut just gets smaller and smaller. And
Mhm.
now it doesn't so much feel like a rut. Sometimes it's a headache.
Mhm.
Um, but that's when I have to stop and say, but you did it, girl. Like,
You did
you,
it.
this is where you are now. So I would, that was a really long answer, but that
That's
was
good.
probably the one that sticks out the closest or
What
says what.
physical or emotional feelings did you have in that moment that you were like,
Oh, emotionally, I was like, I don't know how to do this.
mhm,
How do I do life? Like,
overwhelmed?
so overwhelmed,
Mhm.
so overwhelmed, and just, will I be able to do this?
Mhm.
Like, hooking my washer up. I mean, just crazy
Right.
things. Or, yeah, I can change light bulbs and I can paint. God bless you.
I ever sneeze on the show?
I
This
don't
is
think
great.
so.
Sorry, excuse me.
um, and ooh, I may be
Uh-huh.
a little bit off. Sorry, hit my chin and scared me. Um, Definitely just, and there was even a fear of, for a second, at first it was like, I'm here by myself and it's fine. Then it was like, oh, I'm here by myself.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I've got to know how to protect myself. I've got to know what to do, like just things that I had not had to think about for a very long time.
Mhm. The
And
first of things, yeah.
yeah, and then when I, lived alone before, it was just me. Now
Mhm.
it's like I have four kids to protect. I have four kids to
Mhm.
provide for. I have four, all of that over
Mhm.
and over and over again in my head. And physically, I was exhausted.
Mhm.
Um, Thankfully, I had great friends that showed up and helped me clean and helped me figure out how to do certain things, like putting things away, just that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I was physically absolutely exhausted, I feel like, for a month.
Mhm.
Um,
That month probably felt a lot longer
it
than it
felt like
was.
years
Mhm.
in ways because there's just this double. There's a freedom, and then there's real life. You
Yeah.
know,
Right. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
What's one small change that you would give someone that you would offer yourself when you were in that moment? What is one piece of advice or one thing that you would have go back and tell yourself?
Oh, you're gonna get through it.
Mm.
You're gonna get through it, and when you do, you're gonna know who your people are that
Mhm.
showed up for you. Um, and some of those people won't always be your people. But in that season, you're gonna know who your people are.
Mhm.
And if you don't get it all done, it's okay. It is okay. I mean, I remember. I mean, there are still so many things about the house that needs to be done and all of that kind of stuff. But I remember thinking, I don't even want my friends coming over because it just looked so empty.
Oh,
And so,
yeah.
and so it's just open the door, let the people in,
Create memories.
and you may be by yourself, dance. Oh my gosh, turn on the music. Like if you were a kid and there were songs that you loved that maybe you shouldn't listen to in front of your kids, when they're not
Yes.
there, turn them on
Yes.
and like go back to that place where there was just freedom and fun and no worry whatsoever. Because even if
Mhm.
it's just for 3 minutes of a song,
Yeah.
go there because it's going to motivate you to get the
Mhm.
next project done, to take the next step of what you need to do. And yeah, you're going to be okay.
Oh, I love it, Jess. Mine was um, similar, but it was not after my divorce, but after my engagement breakup.
Mm,
So sophomore year of college, going into my junior year, had 2 years of college under my belt, and had a scholarship in volleyball. And I remember, you know, I love, right?
right.
And in making the decision to go to my coach and say, I'm no longer like
Mm,
I'm gonna get engaged and I'm moving and this and that. I didn't think about what I didn't see it as a loss. I was
mhm,
so focused on the future and what I was gaining.
mhm,
And I just remember one of the first feelings. I know exactly where I was when I got the text message. And I remember all the feelings of getting that text. And one of the first things that I asked myself, or that I felt, like, yes, there was hurt, yes, but then there was guilt and there was a shame, like shameful, because I had worked so hard to get that scholarship.
yeah.
And, just I will say, like, the one of the biggest fallbacks from that was a financial decision,
Mhm,
from
yeah.
school, having student loan debt and all the things that built up after that because of giving up that moment. And
Yeah.
so for me, it was just, I can remember like that being one of the first things. It wasn't I mean, yes, I was sad that I was no longer getting married,
Of
but I was
course.
like, then I was like looking back and I'm like, I didn't even think about what I was giving up. I
Yeah.
was thinking about what I was gaining. And
Yep.
in that moment,
Yeah.
it was all about what I lost.
You said something. I don't think we talk about the shame that we
Mm,
carry whenever, because normally if you're in some kind of rut, there was some kind of decision that was made. And
mm,
now, not always.
yeah.
Sometimes it's out of your control. But that shame, I mean, it's
Mm.
how do you feel like you worked to let go of the shame from it?
For me, it was I had worked hard for that moment.
Mhm.
And so when it all hit the fan and things settled down, my first instinct was, you've got to get back up and work hard again.
Mm.
And so it was signing up for classes. I took a little time off from school,
Mhm.
found a job immediately, started working, and I just remember that I signed up for classes, started going to school again, not with, not playing volleyball anymore, which that was missed my volleyball friends. I
Of
missed
course.
that. It was part of my day to day life,
Oh, your whole life changed.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And so, put my tail between my legs and went back home and lived under
Mhm.
mom and dad, lived with mom and dad. And there was shame in that. I was
Mhm.
in college and living on a dorm kind of to myself. And now I'm back under mom and dad. And so there was just so much like, but I did tell myself, and mom and dad were the rule was you can stay here but you have to work. You can't just and go to school. So for me, that was a no brainer. I was like, I'm gonna get back on track.
Mhm.
And so yeah, doing those things. And I just remember finishing my bachelor's degree and walking across that stage, and I was just like so excited about it
Mhm.
because it wasn't the traditional 4 year like I got across the stage. It was, you did it.
Yeah.
You went through heartache and but full support. And I'm so, if I
Mm.
never thanked my parents, I know I did, but and my
Yeah.
brother and my family just helping me support through all of it. So
Yeah.
so yeah, I think looking, I mean, you said it spot on, like, and you're gonna get through it. And
Yeah.
so how to dig deep, you
Mhm.
know, I
In the
think
midst of heartache.
sure. And easy it would have been just to been like, I'm just gonna go
Well,
sit here.
yeah.
I'm gonna start doing unhealthy things, or
I'll just keep this job. It'll be
yeah.
fine. I'm not gonna finish
Mhm.
school. I've already lost volleyball.
Mhm. Yeah.
Now you play volleyball for fun.
Yeah. And that's fun. And yeah, and so I think that there's lessons learned. I mean, when I was young, I made that decision at what was that, sophomore year, so like 20, 21 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, baby still,
Yeah.
and so um I understand now why parents, say, hold, I know you love them, and
Right.
but just kind of think through. Um, and now look back, and I just think that my parents did the very best they could with that moment,
Mhm.
because I was in love, and you couldn't
Yeah.
tell me any different. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, but
Mm.
yeah, and that's just one that sticks out
Right.
for sure. But
So if you're in the middle of a rut, just know you're
yeah,
gonna get out of it.
so
And
yeah, now's the moment.
yeah.
Make a plan.
Nope.
A lot of times, mini ruts are not always dramatic and drastic, often disguised as maybe a busy schedule, a lot of responsibility, and you taking care of others. But find time for you.
Mm.
Definitely find time for you. When you thrive, others around you thrive.
Yep. And we've talked about that so
Mm,
much, and it's
yes,
so true. I feel like we will always talk about that. But if you're not taking, you cannot pour from an empty cup.
that's right.
And yeah,
Hmm.
you want others to thrive around you, and you want to be a part of it.
Yeah,
What you bring into the table.
yeah. What do you think?
I love it.
I just feel like even if it's not a drastic change in your life, maybe there's something you feel that's missing, and just think about it.
Yeah.
Just
Dream. Dream.
dream. What happened to dreams? And
Yeah.
we're never too old to have dreams, and I
No.
think that we forget that. We think that dreams are when you're younger. We just don't get told as adults to dream.
No, you don't. We don't.
Yeah,
That's
we
true.
don't.
It's set goals. What's your
Yeah.
goal? And that is part
Yes.
like a dream. Like you that it starts with dreaming it up, and then
Mhm.
set the goal and all of that. But
Don't stop
don't stop
dreaming.
dreaming.
Don't stop believing, but don't stop dreaming. I don't know.
There you
Don't make me
go.
break it a song.
Oh, here we go.
I know.
I
And
love it.
always remember,
You
you have
have
a
a
seat
seat
at
at
our
our
table.
table. Well done. I'm
Well
still
done.
rocking.
Oh.